Hello, the company we are presenting are BYD today. We researched two countries, India and Nigeria, and based on our research, we found out India is a better market for BYD. The presentation contains 4 parts. The presentation contains 4 parts. The company analyzed target country analyze, entry strategy and alternative, and finally the internationalization. The company was founded in 1995 as a battery production company. After growing for over 20 years, it has over 30 factories worldwide. The company is in growth stage and have achieved 424 billion yuan in 2022. In order to analyze the company, we use 4 frameworks. First of all is the McKinsey Science Framework. For BYD, their strategy system and style were transformation leadership and vertical integration. The structure of the company are using a matrix structure, skill including technical advantage, innovation, adaptability, communication, and collaboration. BYD's core value is reducing the need for fossil fuel by improving clean energy. For the staff, the BYD are using online platform and works with the university worldwide to reach for potential candidates. The following framework is the pestle analysis. Because BYD is a Chinese company, the framework will focus in analyzing the Chinese market. First of all, politically, the Chinese government promotes the development and purchase of EVs by giving subsidies to consumer and companies. Still, the trade war between China and US will affect BYD's overseas market. Economically, the world will recover from pandemic by 2024 and will have a 3% improvement in 2025. In the Chinese government's 5 years plan, China will need 20 million EVs by 2025. Socially, China has the most significant labor force in the world with the world's biggest car market. Environmentally, China is the leader in resource availability and substantiability, as well as waste management and battery recycling. Legally, China has complete and improved property rights protection for EVs. In technology, China has increased investment in research and development and have achieved several technological breakthroughs. Next, we have the SWOT analysis. The strength are vertical integration, sales, technology, and the economic of scale. Weakness are the brand image, too dependent on the home market and government EV subsidies. The EV market is growing at 9.8% annually and will reach $909 billion with 17 million units by 2028. BYD's opportunity are very high and should maintain its first mover advantage. Increasing competition in EV market is a threat to BYD. Some small but fast-growing Chinese companies like NIO, Wuling, Xiaoping, and Li Auto are in the home market, and Volkswagen and Tesla are struggling to the foreign market. So the trade war. Last but not least, we have the Porter's 5 forces framework. The threat of new entries are low due to the massive investment required, which makes the EV market very hard to enter. The bargaining power of the buyer amid EV products have high product differentiation and brand loyalty. The bargaining power of suppliers is made due to the company's vertical integration, which means the uniqueness of the product and service provided by the suppliers are important. The threat of substitute products or service is low, and the car using fossil fuel have a lower upfront cost, better range of refueling, and a more extended range that could threaten EV for only a short time. Rival among existing firms is high, and the threat from both old and new car production companies are high. Companies like Volkswagen and Tesla, with a customer reputation, can really threaten BYD's future. Now I'm going to hand to you, Abby.
Thank you. So for the financial overview, currently BYD have a huge road grade and have a short-term investment up to $71.17 billion with a shareholders' equity of $139.24 billion. For the product, next slide. BYD have several different versions of cars. It sells EV in the passenger vehicle, commercial vehicle, new energy vehicles, and other products such as electric motorcycles and EV charging stations. For the global competitors, we have Tesla having the lead, and the major competitors of BYD in India, we have Tata Motors. For the Indian population, India population, the population is 1.43 billion, now, and the average age are very young with the low urbanization and high life expectancy. Demography, India have a low middle income with a high gap between the rich and the poor, and the most spoken language in India now is Hindu. Thank you. I'm handing over to Carol.
Thank you, AB. Furthermore, on the country analysis, the concept of infrastructure. Firstly, in the transport sense of infrastructure, India has an extensive road network that includes the national highways that face challenges in quality and connectivity, especially to the rural areas. India is known to have the largest railway network and has also made massive investments in their airports and ports so as to boost on the international trade. Secondly, in the sense of the technological sense of infrastructure, there's been a rapid expansion in the telecommunications and high mobile phone penetration and a growing internet market. And furthermore, there's been a government incentives such as the Digital India program that promotes technological adaptations. Next slide, please. Next thing I want to analyze is the personal analysis of India. First are the political factors. India has a political stability influenced by the stable democratic system of regular elections. India has also faced challenges related to business and political corruption. It has also had conflicts with its neighbors such as Pakistan. Secondly, in the economical factors, India has an annual GDP approximately of $2.59 trillion, making it the sixth largest in the world. The country's per capita income as of 2020 was 1,876, ranking at 142 globally. And despite India's economic growth, India faces challenges such as the state finances that need to be improved upon. Next are the social factors. India is home to the second largest country in population after China, and this provides large opportunities for businesses. The country is also rich in diversity that influences the consumer behavior and market dynamics. It is also the fourth most biodiverse country in the world with a 21.4% area covered by forest. Next are the technological factors that have shown that India have made a significant stride in the technology industry, including IT services, software development, and startup ecosystems. The country's tech-savvy population also drives innovation and digital adaptations. Under the environmental factors, findings have also found that India faces environmental challenges such as pollution, water scarcity, and deforestation. But even with this problem, India's culture has traditionally shown that they treat their wildlife with a lot of compassion. Lastly, are the legal factors. The league that shows that India's legal framework include regulations such as taxation, labor, and environmental compliance. And businesses must navigate these laws in order to be successful in the Indian market. Next, I'll hand over to Jacob, please.
Mute.
Mute.
Thank you, Caroline. Now we can move on to the income and consumer behavior of our target market, that is India. So India is known as a country of savers, but spending is on the rise due to increasing disposable income. By 2030, 80% of households are expected to middle income compared to 50% today. And this growing middle class is anticipated to drive consumer spending, buying more and buying better. And looking onto the consumer behavior, consumers in India are increasingly spending on experiences, customized products, and time-saving services. There is a trend towards information-centered shopping where consumers do extensive online research before making purchases. 85% of consumers check at least 2 data points beyond prices and discounts when buying something. By 2030, consumer spending is expected to become the world's third highest. And moving on to the next slide, this is like import and export. India have a lot of rules and regulations regarding the exports and imports. So the first one is the export external tariffs and import duty. India imposes external tariffs on imported goods. These tariffs are based on HSN and can vary depending on the product category and country of import. And next one is import duty. which is also known as customs duty, is a tax levied on goods imported into India. It can be specific based on the unit, such as weight or number, and so on. And next is the investment in exporting activities. Investment in exporting activities can include setting up production facilities, marketing and distribution networks to facilitate exports. Then the export proceeds. Export proceeds refer to money receiving from selling goods or services to foreign buyers, and India have a specific law regarding the export proceed, which is known as FEMA, Foreign Exchange Management Act. And looking on to the VAT, value added tax, VAT is not charged on export of goods from India. However, the imports are charged by the VAT due to calculating by the goods and services and so on. And India also has a lot of trade standards and certifications. The major one is Bureau of Indian Standard, BIS. It is majorly using in gold and gold ornaments, and also India have Act mark for the agricultural products and so on. And moving on to the next part, that is which strategy the BYD Auto should choose, that is entry strategies. So firstly, we can look on a Uppsala International model. The Uppsala International model suggests a gradual and sequential approach to entering foreign markets, emphasizing the importance of experience learning and incremental commitment. And the looking onto the entry strategies, the major one is joint ventures, explore partnerships with established Indian automotive manufacturers to leverage their local expertise, distribution channels, and manufacturing capabilities. And then we can look on to the local partnerships, another entry strategy. In this, collaborate with Indian technology companies, changing infrastructure providers, and fleet operators to integrate BYD's EVs into local ecosystem. Local partnerships can help BYD Auto adapt its products and services to meet the unique needs of the Indian market. Then third one is the franchising, third and final one. Considering a franchising model to rapidly expand its presence across India, particularly in urban and semi-urban areas. And also we have alternate entry strategies for the BYD Auto. This is an alternative concepts. First one is greenfield investment, then the merchant acquisition, then the licensing and technology transfer, then the online retail and direct export. And the other thing other topic we need to cover is we should be look on it is the entry conditions. Entry conditions are the specific conditions which should be looked by the EYD while entering their target market. So first one is adaptation, customized products to suit Indian consumer needs, especially the cars which is affordable in rate. Then the legal complaints, comply with the Indian regulations related to manufacturing, safety, emissions, and import and export. Then the distribution network, which is the very crucial part, which is setting up the EV charging facilities and distribution networking and service points and all. Then the local talent and then the sustainability. And moving on to the next slide. So we chosen joint ventures JV as the entry level strategy for the BYD Auto in their target market, India. Why? Because strategic partnership with Indian automotive manufacturers for local expertise, distribution channels, and manufacturing capabilities. And this strategy allows BYD to navigate regulatory environment and gain a strong market foothold. And another key advantages of these strategies include access to local market knowledge, leverage of partners, existing manufacturing facilities and supply chain, shared investment and risk, and faster market entry and expansion. And also the partnership can help BYD mitigate financial risk associated with entering a new market. Now I am handing over the next session to my colleague Sindhuja.
Yeah. Thank you, Jacob. Let's discuss on the certificate and the major license to ensure the smooth transitions. Like before BYD established in India, it may be considered various factors like license and MOUs and trademarks registrations and IP agreements, then going for the tax related documents, then sector for the FDI related documents, and public companies need to comply in the RBI approval mandatorily. And setting up a company in the individual region in the process, like including a online indicators, drafting the legal documents, and approving the legal authorities. This is the process to ensure the company and laws of the groundwork on the successful operations. Then here we are going, next slide please. Here we are going to discuss about the dealing with the customs. Dealing with the customs is the business of operating legally, efficiently, and effectively in the global market, like going for the BOE. BOE is the meaning of bill of the entry, is the fill of custom systems before arriving the goods, is the problem of the advising the data of duty payments and saving the times. Importers and the exporters, maybe custom breakers will use the BOE fillings. And going for the NOCs and goods transformers, we can also use the ICE gate portals also. And shall we move to next slide? Yeah, dealing with the customers and clearing the goods is the essential for legal companies and official for the supply chain marketing, risking management, and maintaining the positive reputations in our global marketing. Let's see the overview of the impact cargo declarations. Like upon the arrival of India, customs, it's important and it's very legal to the goods and supplying the documents. Possibly they are conducting the physical examinations. Once our duties and taxes are settled down, companies will give you the authorization to deliver. And going for the certificate or and all, we are need to get the mandatory certificate from the manufacturing field itself. Insurance certificate must be submitted from the shipping areas and the manufacturing companies. While going for the complying with the rules and regulations, China, they are need to give the approval and the authorization to get all the license from the manufacturing factory itself. And going for the regulations like Customs Act like 1962 and the foreign trades like 1968, they need to comply in the auctions like license under the SCETMAT and the LINK. In this business plan, we are going to send the goods to abroad, and they are the key areas to both exporter and importers. They must be give the prioritize for the both export and import. So they are ensure that a smooth and successful operation by BYD's new subsidiary in India. Thank you. I'm going to hand over the next part to Pooja.
Thank you, Sindhija. Here, let's we talk about the financial plans of BYD. That different type of entry strategy which is used by BYD. Its first is market entry strategy. BYD decision to enter the Indian market through the joint venture or local partnership will have a significant impact on its financial planning. Another is capital expenditure. If BYD opts for a greenfield investment, it will need to allocate the substantial capital for setting up its manufacturing facility, R&D centers, and supporting infrastructures. Operational expenses. BYD will need to account for ongoing operational costs such as raw material, product, labor, logistics, marketing, and etc. Another is research and development. Investing in R&D will crucial for BYD to develop product tolerated to the Indian market and maintain its technological edits. Allocating to significant proportion of its budget towards the R&D will be essential for BYD's long-term success in India. Marketing and brand building. For BYD will need to invest aggressive market companies to raise the brand awareness and establish its preference in the Indian market. Collaborating with local partners can help BYD leverage their existing customer relationship and distribution channel to optimize its market efforts. Um, Working on capital management, it's a part of the financial plan. The careful management of inventory, accounts receivable, and accounts payable will be crucial for BYD to maintain its healthy cash flow and liquidity positions. Next slide, please. Market strategy. In the marketing strategy, there are four strategy like product strategy, pricing strategy, promotion strategy, and the place strategy. If I talked about the product strategy, launch a range of EVs that cater to different segments, including personal and commercial use. For the pricing strategies, it's introduce the financial options and equipped it to monthly installment like EMI such way to make the purchase of more accessible. Promotion strategy that conduct the roadshow and participate in the auto sponsor showcase by BYD's offerings. Launch are digital marketing companies focusing on social media and online advertising. The placement strategy is set up exclusive BYD showrooms in a key metropolitan areas. Next slide, please. For the technical issue, it's for issues like quality standards, patients and trademark copyrights protection, export price, or product quality factors. For example, the trademark copyrights. Uh, BYD will seek copyright protection for its design and software, promotional material, and other activities. Copyright protects BYD's intellectual property and preventing the unauthorized duplicate and uh, modification of its receives work. For trademark to protect its name and regulation, BYD would file to trademark and the trademark that distinguishes by its products and service from those its competitors and consumers confident in the reliability of excellence in the BYD's product offerings. Next slide, please. Sales contract and the terms of payments. The importance of a well done contract in co- in contrast and the insurance the payments letters issue checklists and consider about the insurance managing for foreign exchange risk and the pricing and cost coverage. Next slide, I will hand over to Sonia.
Thank you, Pooja. I'm explained to the internationalization through the export. Exports sales in international markets, low risk but little control over distribution and market conditions. Joint ventures, partnering with local businesses for the mutual benefits, share risk and the resources, but requires communication and cultural understanding. Subsidiaries, establishment of wholly owned subsidiaries abroad, maximizing control but increase investment and regulatory restrictions. Selection criteria, market demand and potential regulatory environment and trade barriers, cost and risk tolerance, competitive landscape, and exacting partnerships. And the international steps, there are four steps. First is occasional export. This is a prudent initial step for BYD, allowing to the company to understand market demand and establish its brand without significant investment. The second is representative office. Once there is a favorable response from the market, BYD can set up a representative office to the increase its market understanding and prepare for a more sustainable presence. The third is joint venture, operative and productive. A joint venture with a local partner would be highly beneficial. It would allow BYD to leverage a partner's market knowledge, distribution networks, and help in the navigation and the regulatory environment. The fourth one is greenfield investment. Depending on the success of the joint venture and the market response of BYD products, the company could consider a greenfield investment to the fully established is manufacturing capability in India. The next part I hand over to the Abby.
Mute.
Thank you, Sonia. So in conclusion, the recommendation for BYD to internationalize in India is a strategic choice. So with the aim of entering Indian electric vehicle industry through partnerships and collaboration, BYD intends to leverage local manufacturing abilities and expertise. BYD can capitalize on the growing demand for eco-friendly cars in India. A sound financial plan will be necessary for effective market entry strategy, considering several factors like capital expenditure, operational costs involving R&D, and also marketing expenses, along with working capital management. Additionally, maintaining regulatory compliance, adhering to essential business registration protocols, inclusive of property protection, also plays a major role in this process. Adapting easily while innovating constantly are two important success drivers for foothold within the Indian market space. So by leveraging local insights and global expertise, BYD can position itself as a leader in the electric vehicle market. Thank you.
Thank you. That's the end of our presentation.
Thank you.